unfortunately, woo! Whoa! Look how big he is. That is a happy bull alligator. I'm never gonna financially recover from this. And get the crocodile to bust out of the water. Imagine this is a crocodile. I'll take a game. Woo, woo, woo. Come, my son, feathered son. Ooh. My favorite rattlesnake species in the world. Oh, there you are. What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to my wildlife. The local wildlife rehabber donated another dead deer the other day. So we're gonna feed Chobi, the big bull alligator. Chobi! You're being real sneaky. The other day, off camera, he was chasing me, trying to get me, so... Whoa! You gonna make some moves? Come on, Chobi. Come on, big boy. This is a doe that, unfortunately, got brought over to a wildlife rehab and died from stress. Stress myopathy is common with young deer, really any size deer, just being so stressed from getting injured, maybe taken off the side of the highway where the animal doesn't make it. So this deer was alive for a little bit and unfortunately passed away. And all the time they throw these deer away, they bury them, they can't really do anything with them. So now the local wildlife rehabber donates these deer. Joby donates these deer. Whoa! So we can let these deer go to good use instead of just wasting them, because this is a natural food source for American alligator. Whoa! Whoa! Look at that! Dude, what a tank. Please go back in the enclosure. I don't want to wrestle you. Look how big he is. That is a happy bull alligator. And believe it or not, he's not that big of a gator. He is big, but some of the biggest gators I've seen are around 13, 14 feet long. So he's still got a lot of growing to do. He's still in this temporary enclosure, big water hole. So he's living the best life because he's not on a hunting ranch getting hunted down by a rich man. Speaking of temporary enclosures and new enclosures, I want to show you guys what I've been working on. Come on. I'm never gonna financially recover from this. Welcome to the giant, crazy crocodile pond project. This is what I've been dreaming about since I moved to this property. And there's just been so many hiccups over the years financially and all the crazy stuff that happened when I first moved here that now, like 4+ years later, we're finally doing the first giant croc lagoon. So first we're putting all these poles in, 16-foot poles that are 6 foot in the ground. There's gonna be a boardwalk. Now you go up a ramp, so if you're handicapped, you can still get on the boardwalk. About 5 foot off of the ground, this is where your feet are gonna be for the platform. And for this boardwalk, it's gonna go all the way down here. It's actually gonna cut across right over there. Literally, all of this is gonna be filled up with water, roughly about like 6 foot deep. Maybe we'll dig out this section a little bit deeper so these crocs have enough depth of water to properly mate. No, my boots! Going up creek. We're going up creek. Imagine this is a crocodile. Imagine this is the crocodile. It's living, it's happy. It's like a game. Woo, woo, woo. Anyways. And then all this will be a part of the exhibit, all this land. So it's super safe for me to work with the crocodiles. You can be up on that boardwalk over the water, and I can be over here on the land, and I can just go, and get the crocodile to bust out of the water, Steve Irwin style. You guys get to see a feeding show. You feed the crocs yourselves. It's gonna be fantastic. My back still hurts. But what's cooler than being over the water for a giant pair of crocodiles? So when you feed them over the water, they're gonna be coming up, slamming their jaws with full force. We'll get rope, put it on a dead chicken, let the kids strangle the chicken over the crocodiles and just have a good time. Because you can always go to a zoo and watch somebody like me feed the crocs or feed the tigers or whatever it is. But the best experience is when you guys get to do it yourself. So it's not just, oh, I'm watching that guy have fun. No, you come here and you have fun. So sign up and get a Chandler's Wild World tour as soon as you can, because any tour that's booked, the money is going towards these projects. This crap is so expensive. I will never financially recover from this. This is so expensive to get done that I've been contemplating moving to Thailand because it's so much cheaper to do everything out there. Maybe I will. I'm still gonna finish this. There's so much more to do here. Once this exhibit is done and knocked out, I'll be moving on to the next one over there, and then so on and so on. But basically this will be the first of the big boardwalks that will feed through the enclosure, over the land, over the water, over the land into the next exhibit, and then it's gonna go through several other exhibits. So you can see, once this is full water, this will be so much space for the crocodiles to swim and live a natural life on this mud, dirt, and clay. Yeah, they can dig, but that's fine. Let the crocodiles do what they're naturally intended to do. And at first we'll put Aries and Miss Toothy in here. So we'll move them into here. And then as soon as that exhibit over there is done, I'll have a gate in between the walls that they can't see each other through when there's other Crocs. And I'll bait Miss Toothy and Aries to walk into their new exhibit. So we don't have to catch them again. We'll have to catch them once to move them into here, but I want to stop having to catch the big Crocs. Once we capture them to move them to a facility, that's one thing, but you don't want to keep catching your crocodiles because the bigger they are, the more likely they're going to stress out and die from lactic acid buildup. So we don't want that. They'll get moved in here, then we'll bait them to the next exhibit when it's ready, and then we'll move something crazy in here. Maybe a false gharial, maybe a giant saltwater crocodile. Maybe this will be Anakin's future exhibit. It's part of why I haven't been on YouTube for the past 2 weeks, besides the fact I literally threw my back out. So when I was joking around that episode with the king cobra, literally as I held the king cobra out, I was like, oh! So old Chandler's getting old, I guess you could say. Too many gators I've fought, too many Crocs I've wrestled with, too many big hefty women at Chili's fighting over the chips. Lots of things over the years has happened to me in this poor old back. But come on over here. Something interesting happened. I did apply for my Arapaima. Don't worry about it. Come on, let's go. So I applied for my Arapaima permit, the giant freshwater fish that gets like 10, 12 feet long, and the Amazon freshwater stingrays. The permit is being processed, and guess what? They hit me up and they said, Fish and Game, they were like, oh, if you want to put them in your front pond, this is what you have to do. I'm like, what? That's an option? You gotta be kidding me, come on here. So this is the front lake. This is the first pond on the property. This came with the property. It's fed by an artesian well. We got our giant predatory catfish in here that you guys have seen in the videos. And a dream of mine since I moved here was 2 things. One, crocodiles in this pond. And then I was like, my house is right here. I shouldn't have a giant crocodile exhibit in front of my house. I should have it to the side of my house, obviously. So I don't want to fence this in. The other big dream was, Arapaima. If it was legal to put Arapaima in here, the giant 10, 12-foot freshwater fish, my favorite fish in the world, to keep them in here would be a dream come true. So apparently, if I cover up the pipes, I make sure that eggs, fry, all that stuff can't get through, I can house Arapaima in here. The original idea was to house them indoors or maybe underneath the overhang in a big stock tank or a big viewing panel stock tank, something like that. But now I have the option to potentially have them in the lagoons in the water. And I want you guys to be able to hand feed adult Arapaima on the tour. So maybe, because we don't want Kaido, the river otter, to get eaten when he goes swimming in here, we're probably gonna maybe set something up somewhere else in the property, like a creek that's got like maybe 6 foot of depth at some point, and a little bridge that floats over the water, and you guys can hand feed the Arapaima. As much as I would love to do it right here off this dock, I don't know if I wanna limit Kaido to being in his enclosure and not being able to come to the lake anymore. I love for him to have this enrichment, and also enrichment for any other animal. I'm sure if I swam with a tiger in here, the Arapaima are gonna try to eat it, but Kaido's only this big. And I've seen a Arapaima swallow chicken about the same size. So Arapaima, what do you guys think? Should we work on doing a creek in the ground where there's no overflow water going out, so it's legal for FWC? Should we work on ants? Should we work on getting a big tank with viewing panels? Should I start with just a big ants? Should I start with a 750-gallon tub with a filter and put it in the overhang area? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm 100% gonna get Arapaima. It's my favorite fish. So comment below. How do you guys think we should go about this? I think it would be really cool to have them outdoors. One thing to consider is that they'll gulp up air. So if it's the winter, let's say it's 25 degrees Fahrenheit like it was this past winter, if they don't have a greenhouse over them, or if they're not enclosed where the air's warmer and they breathe that cold air, they'll die. That's another big reason not to put them in here. We can't do a greenhouse over the whole lake. Maybe if we like cut off one of these fingers of the lake, section it off, and do like a tarp greenhouse once in a while when it gets cold. But then again, they jump. They could jump from that side into the other side. And then we're wrangling Arapaima. Nobody wants to get knocked out by an Arapaima. If you YouTube that, you can see they have hard heads. People moving them all the time get knocked out. So we're gonna go to an Arapaima farm maybe this week and show you guys Arapaima and how they're dealt with and learn some, so we can use that knowledge for this facility. So comment below. Do you want to see Arapaima? Ants. Comment below. Oh, bagoy! Bagoy! Up, bagoy! Come, my son, feathered son. Oh. Sweet bubble boy bagoy. He wasn't in the last episode, so I figured I'd show you guys how he's doing. You happy? Huh? How you liking the weather? It's all buggy out. Now we have this normal Florida weather. It's raining like crazy, and when it's not raining, it's super hot. So he's like, oh, it's cooking out here, mate. It's cooking out here. You gonna enjoy that chick? You gonna eat it? Huh? He's so funny. Second largest owl in the whole world. Eurasian eagle owl. Oh no, he's making the mating sounds again. Off camera the other day, he did something to me. I don't want to talk about it, but it got real weird the other day between us. Like, I still love you. I'm not fond of that thing you did. Let's say it was raining and there's no clouds, if you know what I mean. All right, so we got the Cape cobras right here. The most venomous cobras in Africa, drop for drop. The male and the female are coiled up right there in the back. We're just gonna take them out and service the enclosure. All the snakes have been pooping and going to the bathroom like crazy lately, so we just wanna get these guys cleaned up. Beautiful female. We got Honey right there. And then Mustard, the male, he's right here. He's the prettier one. Super cool looking cobras from Africa. And they get a bit bigger than this. I've seen like 5-6 footers in videos. And they are the most venomous cobras in Africa, drop for drop. They're nothing to play with. These guys are pretty laid back, but usually these snakes are very feisty in the wild. I've seen European ones put up a lot and act crazy, but for some reason my Cape cobras are pretty laid back. They barely put up. Now, I just gotta clean all this. Gonna get the glass nice and tidy. Get all that spicy meatball. All right, we got the enclosure ready to go. We're gonna put these Cape cobras back. Just nice and methodical, nice and easy. Got this beautiful female Honey. Looking good. She's not too bad. She doesn't even really hood up at all. Got 2 new hides in here so they can have their separate areas to hide in. There we go. And then we got this beautiful male, old Mustard. Look at that. Oh, he's hooding up a little bit. That is a spectacular looking snake. Such a cool species from Africa. Come on, right back in there. Coolest cobras in the room next to king cobras. Like, that is insane. Those vibrant colors are so cool looking. Right in there. Use that hook to close it up, nice and easy. There we go. Put a lock on that thing and make sure it's nice and secure. And then we'll go down here. And I've got a new hide for my Eurocone rattlesnake, so I'm gonna take my Eurocone out because he doesn't have a hide. I wanna make sure he has a nice spot to hide in. Show you guys how good he's looking right now. Look at, woo, my favorite rattlesnake species in the world. The Eurocone rattlesnake, only found in Venezuela. And I've had this snake since it was literally a tiny, tiny little baby. Look at that. That is an impressive snake. I'm just gonna roll him right over there so you guys can get a good look at him. And I'm gonna put that hide in the cage. We actually did a big cleaning yesterday, so his cage is pretty clean. Look at that, beautiful snake. This one was bred at McCarthy's Wildlife Sanctuary. Got him a tiny, tiny little baby. And now he can hide, be nice and comfortable, so he's not always exposed. There we go. Close that up. Put a lock on that thing. Secure. All right, now let's go into Justina's enclosure, the giant female king cobra. She's right over here. Don't worry, it's super safe. We gotta get some shed skin out. So Justina's hanging out. She just came out of shed. No stuck eye cap, which is great. But she definitely has, woo, look at, oh, look at that. She's looking for something to eat. That's why she's so inquisitive right now. I'm not going to pull her out of the exhibit. Whoa, look at this, look at this. Look, she definitely wants food. That's like a feeding response. Flicking the tongue real fast, head's hanging low, as if she's hunting. Woo, look at that. That is a big female king cobra. You can see right around her snout, she's got a little bit of stuck shed, but as long as it's not the eye caps, it's fine. She's taking up the whole enclosure. I don't want to mess with her too much. We did some tours the other day. She was coming out, popped up with her hood open, and I don't want to stress her out. We're not going to take her out. She doesn't need to get soaked again. Love you, Justina. Goodbye. Cup. Shakir! Get out! Quick! All right, nice and secure, good to go. I'm not gonna throw this away because I'm sure there's a fan of the show that would love to have a king cobra shed longer than they are tall, even though it's not a whole shed. Look at that, she is a huge female king cobra.
Come on, Dino! Oh, there you are. What's up, dude? Cuidado! Another beautiful day at CWW. Make sure you follow your dreams, you stay passionate about what you love. I love crocodiles, and I want to build the best croc exhibits in the world. But it's gonna take a lot of effort. There's gonna be a lot of speed bumps, but I'm glad you guys are here for the whole ride as I go crazy, as I go through this magnificent world with you beautiful people, as I bring you into my wildlife. I'm digging in my pocket for a scallop. Yes, they call me the scallop man. I have a scallop plan. And sometimes, here you go, a scallop. Yes, my boy. Enjoy your scallop. All right, beautiful people, follow your dreams and stay passionate about what you love. Bye. I know.